You know, I love watching the top 5 league games and seeing drills right there in what they're doing. So check this out. There's a line fundamental here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across here. Spacing's a little weird over here. But what we have over here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, 5 attackers in this flank, and 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders. Now, 2 of those defenders actually have a line fundamental that they have to observe. They can't just come up and mark these players out here. They really still have to observe the rules of the line. So you could have a 5v4 out here with some rules on the lower 2 defenders, okay? So now we just work our 5v4 Rondo. There's 5v4, and then this guy opens up, and we see the obvious man to hit, right? The open guy. So we hit him, and this dude right here starts to check inward because now we've got line fundamentals between this dude who's covering this space and this guy covering the back of this whole situation. This defender now has to check out to mark the ball, so he's got to check up. And so this dude's got to check in to make that a 2v2 and man mark this guy. So this guy now is in weird no man's land, right? We've got this guy who's just kind of stayed above the ball, which he could have dropped down. And he could have really forced this guy to drop down a little bit quicker, at least get closer to the play here. That's one thing he didn't do, is he didn't get closer to the play. And it's very hard to predict what's going to happen here. But once you see it, it becomes obvious because this guy decides not to cover him. There's a space between here and the offsides line. That gap right there creates this opportunity for the dude to receive a ball into space. Here he goes. And then it's just an oh shoot movement. I've guarded him 1v1. Was this my responsibility? There's no way I'll have time to get there. This guy's got to do this weird 360 turn. And now his whole role is to try to block the cross. All right? So what created that? Oh, he definitely scores. What created that? A 5v4 in the flank. In the attacking third, 2 of the defenders have a line fundamental and some individual fundamentals per their position that they have to observe. The other 2 can be different. One probably needs to stay in the flank. One can kind of roam all through. But then you just kind of create this 5v4 Rondo in a flank, and then watch as they move. Watch as the attackers move and the defenders move, and then maybe have an attacker and a center back in the middle and a goalie, and then just work that 5v4 Rondo over and over again until they see how they can pull defenders apart to create opportunities, to create goal-scoring opportunities. Man, I love a good play that can be turned into a drill.